What's up, you guys? Matt Thibeau here with Savant Marketing Agency, and in this video, we're going to talk all about how this bathroom remodeler was able to make $81,500 in sales in his first 30 days of working with us. Now, to some of you that might sound crazy, but what I'm going to do is I want to break down the 3 things that we did for this client to get him this great success in his first month, and then what we're going to be focusing on in the future to really dial things in. Now, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking to yourself, man, I wish that I could start getting some more leads in for my business, and how would I do that? How do I really grow my contracting business? Well, keep watching this video because I'm going to break down these 3 things that made all the difference for him, and that if you apply in your business, then hopefully you can get a similar result as well. So I want to respect your time. So let's jump right into things here. I've got these 3 things I'll break down for you. So the first thing that we really focused on, this first pillar, I guess you could say, is something called positioning. And basically what positioning is we want to make sure before we do any kind of marketing or advertising that we're positioning your company properly in the marketplace. And there's a couple key things that go into doing this that we did for this specific bathroom remodeling client, okay? So the first thing that we did within positioning is niching, right? So this specific client, he was doing basements, bathrooms, and kitchens. So he's a general remodeling business, right? And so what the first thing we did was we asked him, what do you mostly focus on? What do you get a lot of in terms of work? And where do you make good profit in your company? We call this the primary profit maker, right? And his answer was, well, bathrooms are a really good niche for me. I love doing bathrooms and I make good profit doing that. So what we did is we said, okay, let's start the campaign off focusing on bathrooms. And so we built all these assets based around bathrooms. So once we figured out, the niche was bathrooms, the next thing that we did was we got some really good pictures of his work as well. He mostly had like before and after pictures that he sent our way, and they were actually pretty good. I'll talk to you in a second about like what we want to do with pictures in terms of advertising in a second. But really what I'll tell you here is first is that for positioning, you need to have great pictures as well. And so that's what we got together for him too. And then the last thing that we did for positioning was working on reviews. Google reviews are by far the most valuable reviews that you could get on the internet. So what we did is we gave him a simple system that he could use in his business for getting more reviews. The reality is that the more reviews that you're going to have on Google, people are going to trust you more. It's also going to be so much easier for you to attract more clients in the future because people are going to trust what other people are saying about your company. And so if you're trying to land bigger jobs or you're trying to put yourself out there for marketing, and maybe you've been mostly relying on referrals or some small marketing stuff here and there, maybe posting on Facebook or groups and such. You want to be able to build up that trust when someone's Googling your name so they can find all these great reviews. So that's what we worked on for him there too. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room here, so sorry about erasing this. So now that we have all the positioning in place, right? Here, I'll fix that. Positioning. Now that we have all of that in place, the next thing that we need to do is we need to drive qualified traffic to his offer, right? Which is like, hey, I do bathroom remodels, right? And so what's really important is that we dial in these traffic sources, right? And what I found for contractors, the most profitable 2 media sources are going to be Facebook ads and Google ads. Now, these 2 are very different from each other. I have a whole other video that basically breaks down the difference between Facebook ads and Google ads. But I'm going to give you a high-level overview of what we did for his Facebook ads and Google ads and kind of why they're different. So Facebook ads, think of Facebook as push marketing. Basically what we're doing is we're taking an ad and we're putting it in front of someone saying, hey, based off your interests and demographics, we think that you would like this service. So we're showing it to you, right? Whereas Google, we're basically pulling people into us, right? So people are searching for bathroom remodel, and we want to be top of Google so they can find us. Very different, right? So typically, Facebook ads are going to be a little bit less qualified based off of the nature of how they come across our company. They're just kind of stumbling upon it. But we can get a lot more leads through Facebook ads for a lot less. And so basically with Facebook ads, what we're doing is we're farming leads essentially, right? It's called outbound marketing, right? Google ads, Google ads is going to be a lot more qualified, the leads that come through there, but it's hard to get a ton of leads coming through Google for various reasons. Mostly because it's very competitive on Google. It's basically, oh, there you go, look, thumbs up. Basically, it's very competitive on Google, and also it's difficult for us to get a high number of leads through Google if the demand for the service that you're offering is a little bit lower that month. So for example, if you're in your slow season, no matter how much you tweak Google ads or crank your Google ads budget, if there's only so many people searching per month for remodeling, then you're going to cap out at a certain point, right? And so Google are very qualified, great leads, but you are reliant on the traffic that Google's giving you, right? So some of the things that we did for Facebook ads and Google ads that were notable that really helped this client are, so let's go through Facebook ads first. So the first thing that we did was that we used really good pictures of his work, right? So for Facebook ads, there are 3 different types of ads that I personally like to do based off of what I've discovered, what works the best, right? So if you're watching this right now, take some notes. So for Facebook, there's 3 different types of ads. First type of ad is a before and after picture ad. Pretty self-explanatory, before and afters, right? Show before and after pictures of your work. Second type of ad is an action shot ad. And these ads are basically action shots of people doing stuff, right? So you're showing like someone installing tile or someone doing something, your crew, right? This type of thing. These are going to work really well too. I think it's because people just like to see people on Facebook. And so the algorithm rewards that, right? And then the last type of ad is a video selfie ad. And this is one of my favorites because so many contractors are not willing to do any kind of personal branding, like show their face behind their brand. And so in conjunction with these other ads, if we can show a video selfie ad where we're doing a selfie video of ourselves and just being like, hey, what's going on, you guys? I just want to walk you through our recent project. Hey, if you would like something similar, give me a call at this number. That kind of thing works super well on Facebook because people like to see the face behind the company that's going to be helping them. For a lot of people, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking for a contractor to come into their home and, go around, and people are scared of that. And so the more that you can leverage your personal brand in advertising and show your face and show who you are, people are going to trust you more, and it's going to make getting leads through Facebook way, way easier. So those are the 3 different types of ads. So I'll break down that in a little bit more detail and in just a sec. By the way, if you're watching this right now, I've got a case study and I'll break all of this stuff down, all the numbers and the difference between Facebook ads and everything. If you comment PDF, if you're watching this on Facebook, comment PDF in the comments. I'll send it over to you right away. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll just put a link in the description or a link in the comments pinned that you can just DM me on Facebook and I'll send it over to you right away. So comment PDF and check that out. So anyway, let's talk about Google ads, right? So Google ads, what we did here is we got together a list of some of their very best keywords related to bathroom remodels, right? Something that was really notable here too, that was important, is using stuff like click fraud protection and just having a great landing page set up. If you don't know what click fraud protection is, basically there are clicks, right? So when someone is clicking on your ad on Google, that's going to cost you money, right? That costs you money. And so most people don't know this, but theoretically, if a competitor clicks on your ad, then that's going to cost you money, right? And that's what we call a fraudulent click. And so what we did is we put click fraud protection on his Google Ads account so that he's not paying for any fraudulent clicks. We got a really solid list of keywords together that are focused on bathroom renovations, various different types of keywords. Again, in the PDF, you can get a full breakdown of that. I'll send you that over. And that's what we mostly did for Facebook ads and Google ads. And I believe the budget that he was doing between the two of these was around $2,000 a month, right? So in his first month, $2,000 in ad spend. All right, so let's talk about the last thing here, one of the last of these three pillars, right, that helped him get the 81,500. So the last one here is going to be appointment setting. Now, this is something that I talk about more and more frequently, and it's because most contractors aren't very good at appointment setting. They're not very good at sales in general because you're probably used to getting a lot of referrals, people who are already convinced to buy from you, right? But if you're doing any kind of advertising on Facebook or Google, you're going to have a really good sales process put in place. And so what this client had in place already before we even started working together, which is kind of the disclaimer here, is that he was very well trained on sales. So pretty much any lead that he would get on a phone call with, he was able to quickly qualify them and say, hey, I'm going to book you in for an estimate, show up to the estimate, impress them, and be able to close the job. Also, his follow-up is really, really good. So any person that he wasn't able to get a hold of, then he would follow up with them and get them back on the phone, right? And be able to book that appointment. So really, all of this stuff that we're talking about here, the leads, this is all useless if you don't have a good appointment setting process in place, right? And so that was what this client had. He had a very good system for sales. He had a CRM in place for tracking all the leads, and he had very good follow-up as well. And that was what led him to closing the over 81,000 in his first month. So this is basically a breakdown between, how we were able to help him get this type of result. And it's broken up in these three different pillars here that I have for you. Now, something that I just want to mention is that there are a couple of things that happened here that we could definitely be working on, and we will be working on. So I wanted to kind of note that. So remember earlier when I was talking about pictures on Facebook? Well, one of the things that I said was it's really important to create video selfie ads. They're one of the best types of ads that you could do on Facebook. That's what we're going to start getting him to do more of. And so to take this campaign to the next level, what we need better content, right? So that was what we told him, is we said, okay, let's get some better content going. Record everything, like, video selfies, pictures of your crew, pictures of like your truck, your team, everything. And the more content that you have, that's going to take your Facebook ads to the next level. And guess what? That's going to drop your cost per lead on Facebook as well, right? The other thing too to just keep in mind is that at the time of recording this video, we're still pretty early into the year, right? And so spring is coming around the corner. So what we're anticipating is during spring, when that starts really ramping up, then this is going to also get to another level, because Google is going to have a lot more search traffic, and that is definitely going to drop the cost per lead again. So that's going to make a really big difference as we go forward into a couple of months here. And then the third thing is just there was some opportunity for follow-up. Even though his follow-up was really good, there was some opportunity for just following up and getting people on the phone as well. Because there were some leads that he was not able to get a hold of. And so those are some really good opportunities too, of maybe pulling out one extra lead, a sale, from doing that. So these were some of the things that could have been improved. So if you want the full breakdown of this, comment PDF if you're watching this on Facebook. I'll send that over to you absolutely free. If you're watching this on YouTube, there should be a link in the comments or in the description of the video that will link to my Facebook profile, and just shoot me a message, PDF, and I'll send it over to you as well. Other than that, guys, hope you found this video helpful, and we'll talk soon. Bye.